The you who basically just cheated because you got an extra 38 days this next year when, let's be honest, most people in the world will not have. Now look who has the upper hand. You do. Hey, it's Carly Burr and welcome back to Taking Life Offline. We're gonna get right into it today. I'm so excited about today's topic and I couldn't be more happy that you are here to join me. Did you know that the average person spends 2.5 hours a day on social media? 2.5 hours a day, and that doesn't even include time spent watching TV, other time spent on your phone, or time on devices in general. And sadly, some cases are even more than 2.5 hours a day. That's just the average. Now get this, if you took the average of 2.5 hours a day spent on social media, and you took that over the span of an entire year, that adds up to 912 hours for the year, which is 38 days. That means the average person spends over a month of their year on social media. Is that not wild? Is that not insane? Just imagine if you had an extra 38 days, an extra just over a month added to your year next year. Wouldn't that be amazing? So I'm gonna challenge you to think like this. If you're someone who wants an extra 38 days, an extra over a month back this next year, I'm going to seriously encourage you and challenge you to make this upcoming year your year offline. Yes, the year that you finally do the thing and leave social media for good. Doing this will allow you to finally begin taking back your time, your confidence, and your life. And we're not going to stop here. We're going to take this even further. If you were to think about this average and apply that over more of a lifetime span, let's say 30 years. Say we take 2.5 hours a day spent on social media and we add that up over 30 years of time. That adds up to 3 years of your life, over 30 years spent on social media. 3 years. 3 years of your life that you'll never get back, of time that was spent mostly wasted on social media. How tragic would it be to look back on your life and feel like you'd wasted it? What you could only give to get back those 3 years. Now, if those numbers don't get you to seriously consider acting on this poll to maybe make this next year your year offline, to leave social media, to take that leap, I don't know what will. This is your life. You get to decide how you're going to show up for it, what you're going to choose to do with your time in your life in order to shape who you ultimately are going to become. Do you really want to spend another year being a follower of someone else's highlight reels, someone else's brag fests? Or are you ready to step up and be the leader of your own unique path? So maybe this time thing, getting back this time, isn't quite enough for you to really consider making this next year your year offline. Maybe this will do it for you. According to White River CU, the average American spends $2,100, about $2,100 a year on impulse buying, and 41% of people admit to purchasing under social media influence. All I have to say is, wow. Imagine how much money you would save by not swiping up. Imagine the trip that you could save for that you've been dreaming to go on. Imagine the debt you could work towards paying down by using that money. Imagine whatever it is for you that would improve the quality of your life by choosing to better spend or save that $2,100. Now I want you to imagine this. If you took this next year, you made it your year offline. You chose to take the path to transition away from social media this next year and leave it for good. Imagine how many less times you'd be honked at this next year when the light actually turns green to go. Imagine how much more interesting life would be if you're sitting in a waiting room and you look around and you awkwardly lock eyes with the others in the waiting room, because what could be more fun? Imagine how much more you would get done when you sat down to work on your goals and projects and you didn't have the temptation and the pull to the scroll and to the time waster. And in all seriousness, imagine the confidence you could build, the less feeling like you're behind. Imagine the peace. Imagine the person you could become. Imagine, and this one I think might be the most important, the feelings you could experience this next year if you were to make it your year offline. Imagine where you could be a year from now. If you were to sit and think about this last year and remember those feelings you experienced through your social media, the feelings that you could have avoided. Imagine this next year if you were to eliminate those through eliminating this source that is totally in your control to get rid of. You would be able to choose better feelings this next year. Choose to be in more control of this area that is in your control in order to experience those feelings you are craving and desiring for your life. Whether that's more peace for you, more joy, more fulfillment, you name it. Those feelings and more of them, they can be yours. So I have to challenge you to ask yourself, just like the seasons change and fall starts to come, the once green leaves, they dry up and they fall from the trees. They leave barren branches. It's kind of like a reset in order to sprout forth bright new green buds when spring makes its appearance after winter. So much like these leaves and their cycle, what do you metaphorically need to shed in order to bring forth a new season of you? Maybe it's social media. And if you're sitting there saying, yeah, I know it's social media, but you know what? I haven't been able to leave for good no matter how many times I've tried in the past. I want you to look at this new year with clean eyes, with a fresh slate. And guess what? For the first time, literally ever, you will finally have the chance to do this in a way that you've never attempted to do it before. And done in a way that holds you accountable, gives you actual steps to take, gives you the support that you need, and the chance to finally receive the closure that you are needing from social media in order to move on. If you are ready to make this next year your year offline, your year to finally do the thing, I made something specifically for you. I created for you a free mini video course that allows you to uncover the 5 essential steps that are the differentiators between someone like me, who's able to stay off for 8+ years, and someone who goes back and does ping-ponging thing back and forth on and on of social media, detoxes here and there, but can't leave for good. These 5 essential steps in this free mini video course will give you the tools and the steps needed in order to get you to the place where you are transitioning your life away from social media and successfully. I designed this to be a kickstart for you to begin taking back your confidence, your peace, your time, your life, your money, and so much more. Don't miss this opportunity to grab your free mini course. There's a link for you in the description, and by doing so, you're going to be the first to know about this secret project that I've been working on that has to do with emerging this offline movement come the beginning of this next year. And if you're serious about wanting to leave social media, you're not going to want to miss this. My friend, it's really that simple. You want an extra 38 days this next year, get off of social media and stay. The key is stay off. Step boldly into something big that you've never done before, and you will get results that you have never had. I say it's simple, and it is, but simple doesn't necessarily mean easy. You might be genuinely addicted, but there is hope. There are alternative ways, and you do not have to go about this alone. I'm excited for 2024 to be the year offline, the year you step more into yourself than ever before, the year you start living, the year you start loving your life the way that you deserve. If you make this next year your year offline, I cannot wait to see the you in 1 year from now. The you who's more sure of themselves, who's finally accomplished that goal you've been striving after for so long. The you who finally experiences those feelings you've been craving in your life. The you who views the world differently and is finally able to experience more peace. The you who lives more fully and in the moment. The you who has stronger relationships than ever before with people who actually matter. The you who basically just cheated because you got an extra 38 days this next year when, let's be honest, most people in the world will not have. Now look who has the upper hand. You do. So what are you going to do with your extra days? Because you're surely not going to waste them. You're done with that chapter, and I cannot wait for what 2024 will have in store for you as you shed this dried up, done for leaf that is social media, and you begin to sprout and bud and bloom into a new, vibrant, lively, and thriving version of you. Thank you so much for being here today. Here, as always, is your action step for today's episode. If you haven't already, head to the show notes or the description of this video and grab your free mini video course so you can begin uncovering the 5 essential steps in order to begin successfully transitioning away from social media. I cannot wait for you to get your hands on it and to begin implementing these steps into your life as it kickstarts you on your offline journey. As always, sending you my very best and hoping you decide to make this next year your year offline. I will catch you next week.